Now, from Nebraska's trusted news source, this is Channel 8 News at 5.
Coming up on the news, experts say there is a mental health crisis in Nebraska. A majority of our counties do not have the support needed.
Plus, we aren't the only ones getting slammed by this winter storm. 65 million Americans across 29 states are being impacted.
But first, we want to get you updated on local conditions and how roads are looking. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. Across the state, we're seeing snow and freezing rain.
And overnight, we could see some brutally cold temperatures and wind chills. So let's go check in with Chief Meteorologist Rusty Dawkins for the very latest on what's going on in our area. Rusty?
Yeah, we've got some snow that's moving into parts of the state and some very light freezing drizzle falling in the capital city, getting lots of reports of people falling down on untreated surfaces out there. So take it easy. Treated roads should be okay. Untreated surfaces, however, having a difficult time. Satellite radar doesn't really look like much, and it isn't much. It's just enough that there's some light freezing drizzle, and that's really hard to pick up on radar, so it doesn't look like anything, but there are some snowflakes trying to float around out there. And then the heavier snow continues to be in north central and northwest Nebraska. But look at those cold temperatures off to the west. A lot of single digits. In fact, it's 4 degrees below zero in Chadron, 2 below in Scotts Bluff, 3 below in Sidney, 1 below in Thedford. Everybody else is in the single digits, teens, 20s, and even 30s in some spots. But the wind is out of the north. It's at 15 to 20 or 25 miles per hour. So that does mean we have a brutally cold wind chill in some spots. Single digits to teens to 20s to almost 30 degrees below zero for central and western Nebraska, hanging on to the single digits in Lincoln and Hebron at 8 degrees, 18 in Omaha, 21 still in Nebraska City for the wind chill. It isn't going to take long for these temperatures to fall off, though. By, I think, just after midnight, the cold air finally slams into the Lincoln area, and we see the actual temperatures drop into the single digits by early tomorrow morning. The wind chill is going to be an issue as we head towards early tomorrow morning in Lincoln, 13 degrees below zero by 6 a.m. and it may not stop there. So we have winter weather advisories in purple, the winter storm warnings in pink where heavier snowfall is expected, that freezing drizzle and light snow in the winter storm warning, winter weather advisory areas. The winter weather headlines, a mixed snow tonight, blustery through the day on Thursday, and then yeah, there's a chance for thunderstorms on Sunday, wouldn't you know it? So we're going to talk more about how long this cold air sticks around and the warmer air on the way in a few minutes.
Rusty, you're so right. Watch out for those sidewalks, untreated parking lots, etc. We went out to the back patio here at the station. It is just like an ice rink, but like you said, just that very thin layer, but just enough.
Be careful.
All right, thank you very much, Rusty. And here is a live look at the Nebraska 511 map. Most of the state is in blue, which means partially covered. Northwest of Lincoln, though, you can see some pink, meaning completely covered.
Right now, parts of central and southeast Nebraska are mostly normal, which is green, and some areas are dark purple, meaning the roads are wet. And if you look really hard, you can see a road out there in the panhandle that is red, meaning impassable. That winter storm system that's moving across Nebraska has already left a mark on the western United States.
More than 140,000 homes and businesses are without power in California. For the first time in 20 years, the mountains outside of Los Angeles are under a blizzard warning. And similar warnings in Wyoming, the Dakotas, Wisconsin, and Minnesota, which has already activated the National Guard. 65 million Americans across 29 states will be affected by this storm. Plows in Utah are out in force with snow drifts reaching 3 to 6 feet.
It could be pretty rough as we get towards the end of the week here. Our plow operators have been out since yesterday. They're back on their 12-hour shifts.
Meanwhile, cities like New Orleans, Raleigh, and Orlando are seeing their warmest February temperatures ever. Plus, New Jersey had their first February tornado since 1999. And caught on camera, AAA Nebraska is sharing a scary video of a trooper nearly getting hit by a semi while making a traffic stop.
This happened on I-80 in Wyoming. Take a look. A state trooper nearly gets hit by a semi-truck. AAA is reminding everyone again to slow down and move over for all flashing lights on the roadside. That includes troopers, other law enforcement, and the general public. The winter storms are causing turbulence for travelers managing flight schedules across the U.S.
Over 1,500 flights have already been canceled for today and 4,000 others delayed. That's on top of the 300-plus flights that were canceled yesterday. At Epley in Omaha, 28 flights have been delayed and 16 canceled today. In Lincoln, 1 flight was delayed. Delays and cancellations, though, are expected to increase through tomorrow. In other news now, Lincoln Fire and Rescue is sharing new details about a fire at an apartment complex over the weekend.
Officials say the blaze caused $300,000 in damages. We're told the building near 91st and Pine Lake Road is under construction. The fire broke out Saturday morning and a passerby saw it, called 911. Officials say a malfunctioning heating source caused the fire. The American Red Cross in Nebraska says it helped more than 1,700 people who had house fires last year.
The nonprofit is now sharing advice on how to teach your kids to escape a fire if you're ever caught in the flames. They say the most important thing you can do is to set up an escape plan and practice it at least twice a year. That includes having a meeting place you can find each other after leaving the home and never returning to going inside the building. Always teach your kids how to call 911 as well. Officials say we are experiencing a mental health service crisis nationwide and here in Nebraska. They say the pandemic has worsened the situation, especially in rural areas.
Channel 8's Veronica Barreto joins us now with more on how it's affecting Nebraskans. Veronica?
Health officials say cases of mental health conditions are rising nationwide, but services are not so easy to find. They say since the pandemic, mental health is on decline in the U.S. According to a University of Nebraska Medical Center report, 88 of Nebraska's 93 counties are considered to have a shortage of mental health professionals. CHI Health says COVID created a challenge for the workforce and also increased the number of people needing help. They say rural areas are the most affected.
Rural Nebraska tends to have more, I would say, struggles in regards to not necessarily diagnosable disorders, but lack of resources to access across the state. The more rural you get, the more challenging it is for services to be provided for those individuals who need that care.
Health officials say since 2010, Nebraska is seeing a growth in mental health care providers, but still is not enough to cover the demand. In Nebraska, there are some efforts to alleviate this mental health crisis. Hospitals and universities are creating new programs. I will have more on that tonight at 6.
All right, Veronica, thank you. Right now, more than 80% of Lincoln employers are finding it difficult to staff the workplace.
That's according to a study released by the Nebraska Department of Labor. So what are they doing about it? Well, one action they're taking is offering benefits to employers who hire someone who was previously incarcerated. Justice Barrier Ed individuals would be sponsored by federal programs that would benefit both the employee and employer. The incentivized programs are completely free with up to $25,000 worth of coverage offered through the Fidelity bonds.
One of them being the work opportunity tax credit. And so, that gives employers a tax credit for hiring individuals who maybe have some of those barriers to employment. In addition to that, we also have our Fidelity bonds, which offer employers up to 6 months of $5,000 of coverage for somebody who was previously incarcerated.
Carrillo says this gives individuals opportunities for employment while advocating for themselves in the workplace. The number of state troopers patrolling Nebraska's highways is hitting new lows, but there is some good news this week.
There are 69 vacant positions for state troopers, and that's the most ever. However, 79 candidates applied for the next recruitment camp in the first 10 days, and that's the most in that time frame. Also, state troopers will be getting a raise this year, a more than $5 increase per hour. The Lincoln Chamber of Commerce met today to host its annual meeting and discuss plans to move the city forward.
Channel 8's Matthew Mittleiter was there and has more details on some possible plans. Matthew?
The Chamber's meeting today introduced the Lincoln Vitality Strategic Plan, which outlines the city's economic future and how they're working to achieve it. The plan is the result of a 42-member committee, one-on-one interviews, focus groups, and survey results from over 3,500 respondents last year. The plan outlines a number of areas that will help to develop the city, including attracting more diverse talent to work in Lincoln and developing destinations that will draw in more visitors and businesses. Some of those developments include a new downtown convention center and the youth sports complex for baseball and softball.
We've worked with a broad group of community members and business leaders to determine, what's our roadmap for our future economic growth here in Lincoln. What's going to keep this community growing, make it feel economically vibrant. And we've come up with 6 broad key initiatives and 28 specific tactics that we're going to execute over the coming years here in Lincoln.
Now that the South Beltway is complete, Ball said they're also beginning plans for a new East Beltway, which would connect the South Beltway up to the Waverly area along the east side of the city. He also said the city will be partnering with Omaha to build sites along I-80 and further develop the two cities' economies. I'll have more details on this story tonight at 6 o'clock.
Looking forward to it, Matthew. Thank you very much. Now to the legislature today. Do public power districts have the power to take someone's land with eminent domain to build solar and wind energy? That was the question raised in LB 255, introduced by Senator Tom Brewer.
Right now, public power districts can use eminent domain to seize land to build critical infrastructure. That includes renewable energy like wind and solar. Recently, as many of you know, a federal bill was passed allowing private and public power to receive a tax credit for generating wind and solar energy.
NPPD, OPD, and LES can use their power of eminent domain to seize private land to build wind or solar facilities and collect payment from the federal government. I believe this is a misuse and abuse of government power.
Currently, none of the public power districts has used eminent domain to build any power generating facilities. They have, however, used it for putting up power lines. Coming up, after being missing for nearly 2 years, Ryan Larson's mom wants her son to be declared dead.
She and her attorneys making their case today. We'll tell you why they want this to be done after the break. Tonight, an update on a story we've been following for nearly 2 years now, the case of Ryan Larson, a La Vista boy who is still missing. Now his mom is asking a court to declare Ryan dead.
Her lawyers say it's necessary to pursue a lawsuit against the school where Ryan was last seen.
Almost 2 years ago, the Papillion La Vista School District allowed Ryan Larson, who is an 11-year-old special needs, a boy who has a propensity to wander, to simply walk out of the front doors of his elementary school in the middle of the school day. And he hasn't been seen since.
Now, Tammy Larson's lawyers say they believe a 2-year statute of limitations window is closing soon in seeking that lawsuit against the district, which is why they are making this move now. They say a declaration of Ryan's death would not impact the work of law enforcement.
The district did give this statement when news of a potential lawsuit first broke. They say, quote, "This is a tragic situation. Papillion La Vista Community Schools will continue to support Ryan's family, the staff, and students of La Vista West Elementary and the community," end quote. The family's attorney was asked to respond to online criticism of Tammy's decision.
I think it's very difficult for anybody that hasn't been in the Larson's family shoes, who hasn't had to go through the daily experience of dealing with a loved one who's lost, to be able to say that with any degree of authority.
The La Vista Police Chief, Bob Lawston, was subpoenaed to testify but didn't, saying he would not testify on details of an ongoing investigation pursuant to state law.
Now, cameras were not allowed in the courtroom. The judge in this case has not made a decision yet.
Now, your Storm Alert team forecast with Chief Meteorologist Rusty Dawkins.
We're going to start off today's weather with a look outside. Well, no, we're not, because this is the camera high above the Channel 8 studios, and it's covered in ice. And so are a lot of the sidewalks, so are a lot of grassy surfaces, untreated surfaces, a lot of ice in and around the capital city. So this is just proof that it's kind of dangerous out there, very slippery. Now, this is 84th and O Street, Southeast Community College. No ice on this camera. It's kind of facing the better way, so it didn't accumulate the ice, but you can see it's just gray, and there's moisture in the atmosphere, and with temperatures where they're at 23 degrees, very likely that any moisture is freezing as soon as it hits the surface. Look at these temperatures off to the west, though, below zero, where you're seeing the pinks, Valentine, Chadron, Scottsbluff, all below zero, single digits, teens, 20s and 30s. So obviously a cold front is making its way south and east, and the 24-hour temperature change is significant. Almost 50 degrees colder right now in Grand Island than it was 24 hours ago. It is 46 degrees colder, 32 degrees colder in Lincoln, 38 degrees colder in Hebron, 46 for North Platte, 47 degrees colder in McCook than we were 24 hours ago. Just an incredibly cold difference than we were 24 hours ago. Not helping is a north wind at 10 to 20 to 25 miles per hour. So, of course, the wind chill is significant too. It feels like 8 in Lincoln, 9 in Hebron, and those are a couple of the warmer spots. 3 below Norfolk, 17 below O'Neill. Broken Bow, you're at 18 degrees below zero, and then almost 30 degrees below zero for a wind chill in Chadron. So it's cold out there. Now, we're going to start with the temperature forecast. What does it look like as we head through tonight into early tomorrow morning? All of this cold air continues to spill south and east, and I think by about 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, we'll barely be above zero in Lincoln. We'll say 5. 10 degrees in Nebraska City, 1 in Grand Island, then everybody else below zero, and it's single digits to teens below zero for the western half of the state. So now let's go on to the wind chill, because that wind is going to be significant as we head through the day, through the night and into the day tomorrow. So by 10 o'clock tonight, 20 to 30 degrees below zero, 8 below in Grand Island, 10 to 15 degrees below zero in southeast Nebraska. That's just at 10 p.m. tonight. Let's go forward to early tomorrow morning, and we're looking at 10 to 18 to 20 to 30 to possibly 40 degrees below zero by early tomorrow morning. So not only is it going to be cold temperature-wise, but the wind chill is going to be dangerously cold. So because of that, wind chill warnings for north central, central, and parts of southwestern Nebraska. Everybody else has the wind chill advisories. You're looking at about 30 to 40 degrees below zero in the bluish areas, and then 40 below zero and maybe colder in the pinkish colored areas there. And then on the fringes here, not quite in the wind chill advisory criteria, but it's going to be close. So just keep that in mind. Now let's go to the snow. Heavy snow continues in north central Nebraska, more on the way just to the south and west. Otherwise, a mixture of a little light mixed precipitation. So that's kind of showing up here. That moves off, and then one more quick blast of snowfall as we head through tonight into very early tomorrow morning. That may give some of us a trace to an inch more of snow in central southeastern Nebraska, and then we quiet down. By Thursday morning, 8 a.m., partly cloudy skies, but still a trace to 1 inch, maybe 1 to 2 because of that one more blast of snow and then the heavier snow in north central and northwest Nebraska. So what a crazy storm. And meanwhile, there's severe weather all the way to the south and east. Winter storm warnings to the north, winter weather advisories for the rest of us through noon on Thursday because of all the snow to the north and mixed precipitation to the south. Temperatures tonight, single digits, barely above or barely below zero. We'll say 5, light mixed precipitation and getting cold, especially with that north wind at 10 to 25 miles per hour. Single digits to the north, but I think most of us between 10 and 20 degrees. We'll go for 17 in Lincoln, clearing out. Bitter wind chill though. North wind at 10 to 25 miles per hour. We'll likely see wind chills close to zero for a good portion of the daylight hours tomorrow. Then we start to warm back up. A little light snow possible on Friday, and then it's like spring says, no, I want to come back, and it does. 48 on Saturday, 54 on Sunday. Wouldn't you know it, we go from from snow and winter storm warnings and wind chill advisories and wind chill warnings to a chance for thunderstorms Sunday night into early Monday morning. There's even a small chance for some strong storms in parts of south central Nebraska, something we'll be keeping a close eye on. And temperatures continue to be mild as we head towards March.
All right, thank you for keeping us updated, Rusty. Appreciate it. A split day on Wall Street today. The Dow falling 85 points, but the Nasdaq was up 15. S&P also losing 6 points. Here are your numbers. You're watching Channel 8, Nebraska's trusted news source.
Tonight, after the
Well, Rusty, we know what we're getting around here. When you look at states like Montana, the Dakotas, Minnesota, and Wisconsin, we're kind of on the easy part here, aren't we?
Yeah, we really are. I mean, we're going to see significant snowfall in parts of Nebraska in the north central and northwestern part of the state, but I have friends and family in Minnesota that may not be able to get out for a few days. I mean, they're looking at a ton of snow. It's just going to be significant in some areas. So this isn't too bad. I mean, it's not pleasant, that's for sure, and the wind chills are going to be dangerously cold. But outside Aurora right now, Penner Bathing Solutions showing the wind is whipping around a little bit. There's snow flying, fresh coat of snow on the ground. So it's the roads are tricky. So if you have travel plans, make sure you know what it's like out there. Temperatures are falling quick too. Norfolk at 13, York at 16, and Aurora at 14 degrees with snow showers on and off. A little warmer in Lincoln and Beatrice in the middle 20s, 16 in Columbus with that north wind starting to pick up. There's snow showers all over the place, and some of it's showing up on the radar, some of it's not, but the heavier stuff in north central and northwest Nebraska continues, and there's a light freezing drizzle out there right now in southeast Nebraska. Now, a trace to 1 inch possible, a 1 to 2 inch in eastern and southern Nebraska. There's another batch of snow heading our way tonight into early tomorrow morning. The heavier snow will be to the north. So we have winter storm warnings for north central and western Nebraska, winter weather advisories for central and eastern Nebraska, mainly because of that snow potential, light snow potential, and the freezing drizzle potential. Your Lincoln forecast, after the snow ends, it'll be cold on Thursday, a few snow showers possible on Friday, and then warming up for the weekend, 48 degrees. We may hit 50 by Sunday.
All right, thank you, Rusty, and thank you all for joining us.
World News is next. We'll see you back here at 6 o'clock.
With the Channel 8 News mobile app, you'll be the first to know. Get alerts about breaking news and weather, all in the palm of your hand.
Need a better night's sleep? Come see us. At Comfort Made Mattress Factory, our custom-made mattresses are built to your needs, backed with a lifetime comfort guarantee.